everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of Gamestack Podcast. I am Shalene, and joining me today is the infamous Rick McVick.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
And the invaluable Vendertron.
Welcome, sir or madam.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm invariably valuable.
Oh, man. I am doing well. I had a nap, got my coffee, good to go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
How are you, Shalene?
I'm doing great this week.
Great.
Yes, for once.
Good.
But I think the most important question, you guys, is how are all our awesome listeners who are joining us live tonight? Hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for hanging out with us in the chat.
We'll just wait for them to answer.
We have a first-time viewer from Louisiana.
Oh.
Welcome. Always glad to have a new listener.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So welcome to everyone here in our live chat. And if you are listening live, it is not too late to check out ASA Podcasting Cystic Fibrosis Foundation charity live stream. That will be happening tomorrow, December 8th, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you are listening to this audio version, well, you know, it's always a good time to donate to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Always.
Indeed. So please go in and support our friends there.
Mm-hmm. And best of luck to our friends over at ASA Podcasting in their live stream. We hope that it's an absolute success for you.
Last year, I believe they raised like $5,000.
Wow. And we were actually part of that. We got to be part of that last year.
Yes.
It's too bad that our schedules conflict this year. But
we take all the credit for that.
Yeah.
Yes, our 1 hour of podcast, I'm certain, is what pushed them over the edge there.
$4,999 was made during that hour.
So if you are watching us live on Twitch, give us a host. If you're not, then tell your friends, share us on social media, help the show to grow. You know, something else that helps the show to grow is leaving us 5-star reviews on iTunes. Vendertron, do we have any 5-star review shoutouts today?
You know, Shalene, we don't, but if you guys want to, give us a 5-star review shout out, 5 stars, not 4, you can go to iTunes and click on the 5th star. And don't forget to send us a little comment, too. We like to read those out and tell us who you are. So, but, you know, Shalene, we're holding steady on the Turkmenistan iTunes charts.
Fantastic.
So we have that to look forward to, always.
Top 10 gaming podcast in Turkmenistan. It's such an honor.
Yeah.
It really is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know how it happens, honestly. There must be like 9 gaming podcasts in Turkmenistan.
If we ever, you know, make it prime time and we do our first like live on the scene show, we should do it from Turkmenistan.
I'm for it.
I think, no, they have access to, I would guess, like all the other podcasts. I just think that they know it's hot before the world does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're on board with the Gamestack crew, and then before, you know, so that way when we catch on, you know, in the rest of the world, they'll be like, hey, we were the first.
Right? Turkmenistan.
If this is somehow not a mistake and we actually do have a community of listeners in Turkmenistan, we love you and we hope you would send us some emails to info@wejustlovegames.com.
Yep.
Today on the show,
first on the stack.
We're going to roll through some news. Activision continue to be jerks. We've got a lot of information from the Game Awards, lots of exciting new releases. We are going to bring back our ever-popular Game Stock segment. Does the downward spiral of the stock market continue? Do the noise, Rick. Do the noise. Do the ominous noise. Okay, that's our ominous stock market noise. We have gameplay stories, and we're going to do a little segment talking about the best-selling games from every year in the past. It'll be pretty neat.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. First off, we've got some news. Rick, why don't you get us started telling us about the new releases in the month of December?
Right. Just in time for the holidays, when you get all that Christmas money, right? You guys are planning on spending your gift cards and stuff like that on some stuff. Well, here are games that are coming out this December that you at home can buy. Not right now, but close. Actually, there's a few on here. The PlayStation Classic console launch is December 3rd.
There, little fella.
Just Cause 4. I didn't even realize they were making a fourth. But that's for PC, PS4, Xbox One. That will launch. That launched December 4th as well. Mutant Hero Road to Eden on all platforms December 4th. And these are also on December. These also are already launched. Persona Dancing. Is that like the characters from like Persona 5?
Yes,
Possible.
yes, it is. They do like spin-off dancing games for every Persona, is what I understand.
Jesus. Well, if you're really into Persona, if Persona is your Persona, get the Persona Dancing Endless Night Collection on the PS4 and Vita. Thronebreaker: The Witcher Tales was out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Is that related to The Witcher at all?
Yes, yeah. It's in the same universe. I believe it's like a strategy game.
Oh. Keeping up with The Witcher is also Gwent, the Witcher card game, official launch on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, also on the 4th.
You played Witcher. Did you play much Gwent?
No. Actually, the only thing
because you like card games, you like Magic.
Gwent.
I do, but not inside of a game. Like, I don't buy a game to play a game inside of it, unless it's Golden Nugget for the N64. That's a different story. But I played a little bit of poker in Red Dead because, I mean, you know, when in Rome, played poker. Anyway, Persona 3, Dancing in Moonlight for the PlayStation 4 Vita. I just can't get over that.
Why?
And Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight.
Oh, they're running out of options.
For PlayStation 4 and Vita, also on the 4th. Toki on the Switch is also out on December 4th. And Hearthstone, Rastakhan's Rumble, PC and mobile. And Arca's Path on the Rift, PSVR and Vive. Override, Mech City Brawl, PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. All that stuff launched on the 4th. The 4th was a busy day if you were a gamer.
Yeah.
The Last Remnant Remastered was on PS4, and that came out on December 6th, as well as Gear Club Unlimited 2 for the Switch, Jagged Alliance Rage on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and Sega Mega Drive Classics, which I love the fact that they called it the Sega Mega Drive Classics rather than the Sega Genesis Classics.
That would be so much fun on Switch.
Well, like, the Sega Mega Drive was honestly a better name.
Yeah.
I agree.
And yeah, so...
Yeah, we're gonna have to like sound clip that and use it somewhere.
Today, December 7th, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate came out on Pearl Harbor Day. And Katamari, I want to say Democracy Reroll, so we'll say that. No, Damacy Reroll for the PC and Switch.
Dynamite roll. Katamari Dynamite roll. With
Dynamite
wasabi.
roll. So, these are games that are coming out to a console or PC near you. Dusk's official launch. I like the fact that we're having to tag these things with official launch because they've been such early access for so long. Like, guys, it's really launching this time.
I love this next one, though. This is great.
Dusk, official launch for the PC December 10th. Earth Defense Force 5.
Okay, now, anybody who suffers from a lisp would have a real hard time saying this. Right? Am I right?
Actually sounds like Looney Tunes, like a Duck Dodgers episode.
Oh, man.
That comes out December 11th for the PlayStation 4, and a game that I played, the first one, I played the original Insurgency, and it was amazing.
You played that a lot.
I did. If you're a fan of FPS and modern FPS that isn't CSGO, Insurgency Sandstorm is coming out for the PC December 12th, and that actually, the story on that's pretty cool because it's about a female insurgent. I think she's from Kurdistan. Kurdistan, is that her?
Maybe she listens to the podcast.
Kurdistan? I forget. But anyway, it takes the shape of like a freedom fighter, like not like a terrorist, but like someone who's trying to fight for her homeland.
The original meaning of freedom fighter.
Yes. So yeah, that comes out December 12th. Borderlands 2 VR comes out for PlayStation VR December 14th. And Fitness Boxing for the Switch comes out December 1st in the European Union and January 4th.
Wait a minute.
North America.
Is
What?
boxing not fitness?
Fitness boxing?
What's the difference between boxing and fitness boxing?
Well,
I don't know, maybe one's more
fitness
like-
boxing is probably like Wii Fit boxing, like where you actually use your Joy-Cons to box.
Well, I suppose.
Instead of like a boxing
Like-
game alternately in which you might use buttons to box. See what I mean? Okay, Rick is doing research.
I'm still
Wow.
working on my uppercut.
Yeah.
No, there was something that I wanted to. So when you were talking about like fitness boxing, I my head went to what's the kickboxing? Is that like a fitness thing?
Yeah,
like Taibo.
Taibo?
that's why I
Billy
find it so
Blaze.
odd that they
Taibo.
put fitness before it, because like
I used to
fit-
love Taibo, man. I used to do
It's
that
fit.
all the time.
But no, I was thinking of Parappa the Rapper. For some reason, my head went to kick, punch. It's all in the mind. If anyone ever played Parappa the Rapper, anyway, I met the voice actor for the villain for Parappa the Rapper 2, and I was trying to find out who that was real quick.
Wow, that's awesome. What were the
That's cool.
circumstances of meeting the voice of the Parappa the Rapper villain?
Well, he's like an excellent bass player for a band that I've run sound for a few times, and then one day he's like, "Yeah, by the way, I did the voice for the I forget what character it was," and I was like, "What? Like you?" He's like, "Yeah." So anyway,
For those of you wondering, fitness boxing comes out on Switch December 21st in Europe, January 4th in North America.
I said that.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
Dynasty-
think I cut you off.
Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme with an X Legends Definitive Edition, like the last edition you'll ever need for Dynasty Warriors 8 because it's so extreme and definitive. Comes out for the
Extreme
Switch
Legends
December-
Definitive Platinum Earth Edition.
It's comes out for the Switch December 27th. And Everspace Stellar Edition, the Stellar Edition, comes out for the Switch in December.
It's
Apparently
funny
it's December.
because, it's the Stellar Edition, but it's in space.
Did you guys hear that Bethesda's coming out with a new edition of Fallout 76?
Gosh, I'm not talking about this.
It's called the Fixed Edition.
The fixed Fallout 70 fix, as you said. By the way, is marvelous.
It was such
Marvelous
a good title.
I got a correction here for this. Destiny 2 Forsaken Black Armory DLC is not DLC. It's basically they're putting out content every so often for like the next years. And the Black Armory is just like another piece of that content. It's not actually downloadable content. It's like just a
Do you have to
extension.
download it?
Anyway, the Black Armory DLC
We're
is out
never gonna
now,
get through this list.
and it's amazing. It's amazing. I'll talk about that later because that's all I've been playing. Marvel's Spider-Man DLC 3 Silver Linings.
Do you have to download?
So salty. Coming out for the PS4 in December. Why are these just December?
Probably
it's
because he didn't know
December.
the date when he put it in.
And
I don't
then-
know. Just finish. Finish, please.
And then Silent Night, which sounds like a horror game, is coming out for PC in December as well. Just sometime
Oh, thank
sometime
God.
in December.
It's over. Whew.
Guys,
Okay, now on to our
Silent
free
Night.
games.
free games for December. Xbox games with gold. Cube 2 and Never Alone for the Xbox One for 360. Dragon Age
Dragon Age 2.
2.
The best Dragon Age. Not the best Dragon. It's not the best Dragon Age at all. It's my favorite Dragon Age, though.
And then Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. By the way, if you've never played a Mercenaries game, it's super fun. You just blow everything up. It's great. And PlayStation Plus available from December 4th to January 1st. PS4 Soma on Rush. Sturgeon and Steins Gate.
Again.
It's for PS3. PlayStation Vita, Iconoclasts. Clasts, I said that right. Papers, Please, which sounds very German. And for Warframe,
Okay.
there's Plus.
I did not know that Papers, Please was made by the same person who made Return of the Obra Dinn. I loved Papers, Please. That makes me even more interested in Obra Dinn.
You were playing that a little bit tonight, weren't you?
No, I was playing something totally different.
I thought you said it was...
No, I was playing a game called Alwa's Awakening.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't keep all the indie games straight. It's fine. It's fine.
So anyway, Twitch has stuff now?
Yes,
Twitch
we've been reporting on this for like 8 months now.
That's because I always do the list.
But this is more fun when I do
It's funner when Rick does it, yeah.
Hacknet, follow the instructions of a recently deceased hacker in this terminal-based hacking simulator, which apparently people are going to hate based on the Fallout 76 feedback. Poi, explore uncharted lands, compete in challenge levels, meet quirky characters, and defeat comical creatures in this 3D platformer featuring 2 kids on a great adventure. Smoke and Sacrifice. Sachi, a mother forced to give up her son. This sounds awful. Adventures into a grotesque underworld on a quest that will lead her to a darker truth. Now that one sounds intriguing. The SNK bundle. Get 5 games from SNK. Polestar, Metal Slug 2, Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury Special, and Baseball Stars 2. I've heard good things about the Metal Slug series.
What does SNK stand for?
Sync? No, I think it's just developer.
Silent Night Killers.
Oh, you guys are incredible.
So yeah, do you want me to continue rolling with the news, or
go right ahead? Roll on through it, Rick. Roll on through it.
Spyro.
I'm just gonna put my feet up.
I love you are so Gamestack branded right now, Fender.
I know it's. I just noticed it's a little ridiculous.
He's got the Gamestack sticker on his mic. He's got the postcard image in the background, which is the Gamestack logo on it, and then on his mug, he's got the Gamestack logo.
The only thing I'm missing is putting this stack of Gamestack stickers all over my face.
We need Gamestack temporary tattoos.
Oh, that would be great. Or permanent tattoos would also be...
Not a good idea. Would be not a good idea.
Why is this podcast so much on fire?
So...
Okay, I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off because I would like to just give a special shout out to Carrie in our chat.
Oh, nice.
Carrie says she is, you may remember, longtime Gamestack listeners may remember, we did a charity live stream to help Carrie get some surgery that she was in need of, some life-saving surgery. She says she is recovering well and finally back on her Xbox, enjoying some great gaming. Thanks to everyone who helped. So
yes,
we're super glad that you are back on your feet and glad to see you here in chat.
Yes, it's good to see you in there. Great.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Carry on with news.
Yeah, let me just recenter myself here. So
did you try that, Shalene?
Try what?
Carry on with news.
Oh, hey,
man, great.
Hey.
I'm gonna pretend that was intentional.
So, Spyro's in the news again. I'm surprised my wife hasn't busted through the door. Except it's not good news, but they don't care. There's no subtitles in the game.
Yeah.
And apparently, people are upset about that.
Okay,
well,
do you guys...
people who cannot hear sound tend to want subtitles in their games.
Okay, so I can't stand subtitles because I just, need to read the subtitles and then I miss everything that's happening on the screen.
Yes, but you can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a necessity that we have subtitles as an option in games for people who can't.
Absolutely.
And they just didn't include that in the Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Yeah. Well,
and
slight oversight.
To apparently this is what Activision said about about it. So in an effort to appease criticism, Activision concluded its statement by noting that, quote, the studio and Activision care about the fans' experience, especially with respect to accessibility for people with different abilities. To that end, it said it would, quote, evaluate the issue going forward. As in,
Sorry, not sorry.
Do what?
Oh, I just spilled iced tea all over myself, guys.
That's.
I like how the flames are still
I
going.
know.
Y'all just
So
carry on
distracting.
without me. I'll be right back.
Holy man.
Nobody panic.
So I feel like the subtitle. I feel like that's like they were like, oh, we just don't have time for it, and we want to get the game going because it was delayed, right?
No. Well, yes. Well, the piece. I think the PlayStation 4 and Xbox versions were delayed, and then they all came out during the Switch release date. So yes, it was delayed. And it was built from the ground up, so they had an opportunity to add it in there. It's not like they said, well, it wasn't in the original, we're staying true to the original. They didn't at all. It just they just seemed to forget about it at some point. So yeah, I don't know. There, one of the excuses that they said was there's no industry standard for subtitles, which I guess that makes sense. I mean, there isn't a sort of like games have to have some sort of, disability access like buildings do.
But
So-
just because there's not like a regulating industry telling them to include subtitles,
I agree.
that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not an industry standard. Because what game have you played that didn't have subtitles?
Well, and the other thing is like what goes into the criteria for game selection for awards and stuff? Is accessibility a consideration ever?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
But like
Well,
even
it should be.
even on like movies and stuff, like if I'm playing a game and watching a movie, because sometimes if I'm playing like just grinding or something, I'll watch something, I'll have subtitles on because like if I miss something, I can look over and read it real quick. So like they are very useful, and I always have subtitles on in games as well because I just for whatever reason, in case I like reading what they're saying just in case I miss something. And so yeah, I could only imagine what it would be like for someone who has genuine trouble hearing or can't hear at all. So it doesn't seem like there's any fix in sight. So yeah. Shalene, this next up sounds like something is right up your alley. Red Dead Redemption. Well, technically Rockstar is selling crazy expensive Red Dead Redemption 2 clothing, which is basically just standard farm and ranch wear.
It's just $600 cowboy hat.
And it all looks like you could buy this at Kohl's in the Levi's section for probably half the price. Ooh. The shirt's picture. So they're like, one's a denim shirt. The other one's like a standard like stripy shirt button up with a pocket. I'm looking at them now.
Right.
And another one is another stripy shirt with slightly bigger stripies. But the shirts sell from $120 to $150.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's pretty
Like,
nuts.
Like, I could maybe see that if it was like, Prada or Gucci.
No. I mean, I don't even. I could
What
never
is this,
spend.
like Rockstar brand? Come on.
And they don't even, they're not
sure.
like really branded. They're just clothes. They're just clothes.
Anyone who pays this money for this, you are a sheeple.
Silly person.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just somebody who has lots of money to spend on clothes. I don't know.
That doesn't make it
they
right.
they also showed on Twitter the other day a Pendleton blanket that had that that art with the Dutch gang, like riding off into the sunset. And I it's like a $200 blanket, right? And I super want it. I really, really want it. It's so cool.
So if you are interested in the Red Dead Redemption 2 collection from Barking Irons Fine Dress Goods, head to barkingironss.com/collections/red-dead-redemption-2, and this just in, the $150 shirts do include the model pictured on the website. So I guess you get the dude. I'm just kidding. I would never buy a shirt for $100 anywhere, even a Prada shirt.
Yeah, but if it came with a cowboy,
How
I
handsome
mean-
is the cowboy?
like what are we talking about? Like, does he have a pension? Because I mean, now we're talking. Now we're talking sense.
Can he
No,
cook?
technically we're talking American dollars.
Oh, man.
This is gonna get dirty real quick. So
Nope,
moving
nope,
on, Epic
nope.
launches a digital game store with 88% revenue going to the developers. Ooh, guys, think
Ooh.
about this.
That is
Another-
a lot more.
Another digital game store.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna make it?
It can't. The upkeep can't be that much. So like, the amount of games that they sell to their clients alone. Maybe. Does this mean that Epic Games are now going to just be on their launcher and not in Steam anymore? And then we're going to have like.
I already have like 6 launchers in my hotbar.
So.
Yeah.
It's too many launchers.
You know when we all had cable at one point, and then we were like, man, I wish we could just pick and choose the channels we want.
Right.
You know, I'm paying like $50 to $60 a month, and I want to just pick and choose some of the stuff that I want because I want Showtime, but I don't want this, and I want that, but not this. So they're like, okay, you can get Showtime, you know, separately. Now you can get HBO Now or whatever it is. You can get Netflix and then Amazon Prime. By the time you buy and then Disney's coming out with their own digital channel. By the time you get all of them, you're going to be spending like $100 a month. So this is the same thing now. It's like, you know, Steam is like, we're going to consolidate all the games into one space, so it's just convenient for the end user.
Mhm.
And then like, well, we're going to do it too. We're going to do it too. And then now it's like we have 15 freaking launchers and 5 different digital stores in which to buy things from.
Mhm.
I'm a little confused why they call it the Epic Game Store, because the whole idea of launching the Epic Game Store was to entice developers who wanted access to the Epic software, not necessarily the game. So like the Arc Dev Kit, the engines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can understand that because there was a lot of lashback and frustrations around being able to access that stuff on other platforms. I'm a little confused why they call it the game store though.
Because they're
Why
selling
didn't they just call it the
games.
Epic Store?
It's open to everybody. You don't have to be on Unreal or anything, like any game you can post on the Epic Game Store. And the developer's
another
getting
big fish.
88% of the proceeds instead of the standard, I believe, what is it, 66% or 70%? What's the standard? But it's a lot less.
It's like the chat room. Current Jess is like, what's cable? Coolest Couriers. Cable is that paid TV stuff my parents had when I was a kid.
Yeah. Usually the store takes 30% off the top instead of the 12% that the Epic Store will be taking. So that's a lot more money going back into game development. Also, if the game is using Unreal Engine, Epic will be waiving the royalty fees
It's pretty rad.
for games sold through the storefront, which is really interesting. Really interesting, I think.
We'll see how this works. I mean, you know,
I like Epic.
yeah, Steam has always been known for being the developer-friendly platform, I guess, because it's
sad.
kind of, yeah. I mean, maybe
There's
this
a
is gonna be
new
the
kid
one.
in town.
Because Unreal, I mean, the Unreal Engine, I think is, no, I'm thinking of Unity. Unity's free, but even so, I think Unreal is very affordable at this point.
Like the engine?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
affordable, isn't it?
it's free.
Is the Unreal one? I thought Unity. I know
Like-
Unity is.
Well, actually, no.
Unreal is not
I-
free. They have to
I
pay
s-
licensing fees for Unreal.
I stand corrected. The Arc Dev Kit, which consists of the Unreal Engine, is free.
Gotcha.
So,
Well,
but the Arc Dev Kit actually also contains files from the other games that were created with the Unreal Engine under the Arc people. So, anyways, it's beside the point.
so the Game Awards happened. Speaking of epic things, and what'd you guys think of them? What'd you guys think of all the winners?
Well, I haven't come out from under my rock until 6:30 this evening, so I have no idea what's going on with the world. Jess
I
can
thought it was
sympathize.
a really great show this year.
Well, good.
Really great
Did
show.
Did you agree with the winners or no?
Some of them I didn't. I thought that the guy who played Connor from Detroit deserved the voice actor award, the performance award. Um, and I tweeted about that, and the internet got real mad at me. They love Red Dead Redemption a lot, so the internet was real mad at me for that. I got called a Sony pony.
Sony pony.
Yes, I know. I'm right. Shocking. I'm plainly an Xbot. I mean, come on. But it was funny. Every time that I tweeted something last night about like, yay Detroit, like I wish Detroit would have won, the internet got real mad.
Well, Game of the Year winner, God of War, won Game of the Year.
God of War
So
was
there's-
fantastic. It was so good.
Still have yet to play it. Best action game was Dead Cells. No idea what that game is.
It's like a roguelike, but it's like a 2D roguelike.
I can't believe that it beat out Destiny 2, Far Cry 5, and Call of Duty Black Ops 4. That's impressive. Honestly. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I hear good things, but I really haven't.
I'm just
Played
glad
the
that Red
game.
Dead didn't get it.
It's like this 2D 8-bit looking thing, and it beat all that stuff out. That's crazy. Crazy. Best action adventure games, God of War again. Best RPG is Monster Hunter World.
That's cool.
I hate that freaking name. Best game direction is God
Yeah,
of War.
Colon World. It's the worst.
Best narrative, Red Dead Redemption 2.
I
Best
could see that.
I
best
really
ongoing
haven't
game.
gotten far enough into the story to judge whether it has, a great narrative. So I've been just like riding around on my horse, like roping innocent people. Just
I could imagine you like just running around in the winter snow and just looking at all the snow physics that your horse does.
you know me too well.
You know, if you get on a plane and you fly north for 4 hours, you could do it in real life, and it's terrible.
I don't agree with best ongoing game. It should not be Fortnite. Just because you put in new dances, woo.
I wish No Man's Sky would have came back as the underdog and won that.
Destiny 2 honestly should go on for best ongoing game.
Because I mean, I don't know. If you think about the word ongoing and you think about No Man's Sky, they are not supposed to be going. It
No.
turned so bad for them, but they stuck to it. My
Yeah.
vote's for them.
Yeah. The only reason Fortnite won was because it made a lot of money.
Hmm.
Has nothing to do with the quality of the content. Yeah, Gravruffle in the chat says Destiny should have got it. Yeah, Destiny 2 should have freaking got it. Anyway, best art direction is Return of the Agunga which I like to call that game. Return of the Oberdin. And best score / music was Red Dead Redemption 2, which again I still don't feel like it had. Okay, sure. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's stuff on here that makes sense and stuff on here that doesn't make sense.
I feel like they should have like a best financial coercion award.
I do agree with best multiplayer game was Fortnite. That definitely should have taken the cake on that one then.
No, Sea of
Yes.
Thieves.
No, that thing died so quickly as far as
we love Sea of Thieves, but that doesn't mean it's the best
The rest
game.
of the world doesn't. Okay, fine. Moving on to the next thing. I'm mad now.
So yeah, that's and the other thing that kind of threw me for a loop was the content creator of the year was Ninja.
You know what? Ninja was the only one I had even heard of.
And even he's a goofball. So there's that. What did you? So Shalene, did you watch the show? Did you actually watch the whole thing?
I did. I actually made plans to come home and have a couple of hours clear, and I put it on and I was so happy. I just watched the Game Awards, ate snacks. It was a great time. And it was a really good show. I really enjoyed a lot of the announcements, and the presenters were fun. It was great. It was a good show.
So you have some favorite things from the Game Award announcements. Do you want to
I do,
enlighten us?
yes.
Because
I would
there's
love to
something
talk about
on
these
here
things.
that I cannot wait to hear what it is.
Okay, so we've got there were a ton of announcements, guys. Like, we cannot roll through all of the announcements. We don't have time. We'd all be dead, you know. We'd just they'd find our bones here, you know, trying to recite the announcements. But some of my favorite things, there were some great indie titles announced. Sayonara Wild Hearts looks really stylish and fun. It looks like a motorcycle pop rhythm game. It looks amazing. I know, right? I know. It looks really great. Among Trees is sort of a little survival game. Looked really cool. It's a Shalene game, you know. You hang out and just talk to an owl, hang out in the trees. The Last Campfire is a game from Hello Games.
Did you say talk to an owl?
Yes.
Whoo!
I know, that's all he's gonna say.
Whoo! Whoo! I'm Shalene. Whoo! I'm
Shalene.
Shalene. Whoo! I don't.
Sometimes I hate you guys so much.
Oh, you love us. I know you do.
Hello Games announced The Last Campfire as a Hello Games short, which was something that made me really happy because we need a more short games in the world. I love these big, expansive open worlds, but gosh, I don't have time to finish anything anymore because all the games take 120 hours to play. But it looks really cute. Pathless looks really neat. Another
That
stylish,
game has no direction.
What they should nominate this for best game direction because the irony. Survived By is like a pixel art style game where your descendants take over when you die. Your descendants are the protagonists. The Stranger Things Season 3 game looks pretty similar to the Stranger Things game that we've spoken about very positively in the past. Only this one has got co-op. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, so hypothetically speaking, don't freak out anyone.
Like capital hype?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
But so, you know, if it just so happened, and it probably never will, and I never actually want it to, but if it just so happened that we, you know, were ending the network and had a last episode, could we name it The Last Trash Fire? Just saying.
No, because it's never going to happen, Vendor.
Vendor,
Well, it'll
you
never
just made a
happen.
lot of people real nervous.
It's not actually going to happen. Calm down. Okay, continue.
Okay, Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable is one of my favorite indie games ever. It's so clever. And it's coming to console with some new content. I'm very excited about that. And they announced it with the best trailer ever. It showed the announcer guy was like, you know, Stanley Parable was the indie darling of 2013, and then they showed this little clip video of The Last of Us winning a bunch of awards. It was so cute. I loved it so much. It was really neat to see the heads of Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo all gathered together on the stage at the Game Awards.
Just severed heads. Ah! That's what I thought of.
Wow. But it was really neat seeing them there reading off the teleprompter. Hans Zimmer was there playing electric guitar. That was cool.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's so weird for Hans Zimmer to be on a
I know, like he should be on like a grand piano or something.
Technically a keyboard.
Do you want to
Like-
talk about The Outer Worlds?
Still my
Yes.
beating heart.
Okay, give me a second. Let's see if I can make this work. Do you guys want to watch the trailer?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Gotta bring up
let's-
the screen
Well,
share.
Let's
should
watch
we
the
preface
trailer.
what this is first?
Oh yeah, let's talk about it first.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
So, I petitioned Obsidian for the past 20,000 years. I was like, please make a space western, because no one is making a space western. And so they've been teasing something new for a couple days now, and we're all like, what is it? And then Shalene, you mentioned on Discord that it kind of looked BioShock or something, the art does.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put out this trailer. And the trailer's like, it's a space western with my favorite song from Iggy Pop called The Passenger. And I feel like Josh Sawyer, I swear I saw his face in the trailer just go, me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Give me a
Stop it.
Because this is for me.
Roll the trailer. Just roll
Okay,
the
here we
trailer.
have it. This is number 12 on YouTube trending right now, just FYI.
Oh.
There you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? One question first. Are you feeling anything that can be construed as explosive cell death? No? Wonderful. Let's get started. Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, the frontier of space. Well, at least it was until the corporations bought it, branded it, and started selling it at ludicrously inflated prices. And the rest of your fellow settlers? Abandoned on the edge of the colony. I'd save them myself, but the board's got a bounty on my head. So, that's why I thawed you out. You appear capable.
Look, I get it. Taking on the corporation has left us with two choices, bad and worse. But you have to choose. And you have to choose now. You know you didn't have to shoot either one, right? But it's fine, I guess. You just keep being you.
Spacer's Choice is not responsible for any feeling of vertigo, wonder, or hunger you may have experienced while watching this advertisement.
Can we talk about the shade right there from the creators of the original Fallout? From the makers of Fallout New Vegas.
Comes the devs you always wanted to make another Fallout.
So I would just like to say that that's probably the best game trailer I've seen this year.
Is that but take out our Fallout 76 experiences and fiasco that they're going through right now. Was that better than the Fallout 76 trailer?
Nope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
I'm gonna have to go with yes, just because of the song and space western.
I just think it's not even it doesn't even resemble a game trailer.
See, like even Arch in the chat's like, I don't know what, but he's likening it to Firefly, and yes, I mean that's exactly what I thought of when I saw this. I was like, Firefly. This is what I wanted. I want a space western.
A lot of people are saying that it looks like Fallout New Vegas in space.
Which,
Well, I'm excited.
fine, because again, space western. Do you not hear me, people? Space western.
As long as they bring back Big Iron. and Lone Star.
I want them to cast Nathan Fillion as the voice actor for the main character.
Yeah. And Steven Russell. Can you just like wheedle him in there somewhere? Just like.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was thinking. I thought you meant. I can't remember the guy's name, so never mind.
You know what I want to know? What kind of Easter eggs, what kind of Fallout Easter eggs are they going to put all over the place in this game?
I'm really excited to experience another Obsidian game. They've been making a lot of like isometric stuff, and it's not for me, you know? It's not for me. So I'm pretty excited about this.
They're going to have a mission where you land and you get out and they're like, bugs, there weren't supposed to be any bugs in this. That's going to be their shade.
I imagine there will definitely be some shade because they were casting some major shade in that trailer.
I wonder, was there a moment when there might have been another Fallout coming from Obsidian, or am I making stuff up in my head?
I don't. It was certainly never announced if that was a thing, but I would be surprised if that was ever in the realm of the possible. I feel really bad for Obsidian because they can never tease a new thing without everybody being like, it's Fallout. It's got to be Fallout. And like, let them make other games, guys.
No, the only reason I ask, like, since they're casting shade at Bethesda, clearly, like, what if this was, I was just wondering, like, maybe this was built on the ashes of some game that got squashed.
It could be. But I think that they love the property. You know, Obsidian loves Fallout, but I think they didn't love necessarily working with Bethesda.
But I guess it's just a good old-fashioned ribbing amongst friends that they're doing here. Because, yeah, this is definitely... I was so happy when I saw this trailer. I was not expecting anything like this.
I'm very excited about it. So, you know, speaking of ribbing, you know what has ribs? Dinosaurs. And you know what has dinosaurs? Ark. And the creators of Ark are bringing us a pirate MMO called Atlas. And Vendortron, I thought of you immediately when I saw this.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. I'm definitely going to play it.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. Is it good?
It looks pretty cool. I can maybe bring it up if you'll give me just 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so
do you want me to bring it up? Is that...
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it's no secret that I love Ark. But they actually announced this new game at the Game Awards this year. And it's actually supposed to be a pirate MMO. So Shalene, it said it's called Atlas, and it's actually supposed to be 1,200 times bigger than Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh my gosh.
So if you think Ragnarok is big...
I've sailed in Ark. I don't see how this is going to work.
Yeah.
Because the sailing is not smooth.
Well, they're taking advantage of a new technology, new NVIDIA technology called Waveworks. And the goal is to show off new water physics. And it's going to be kind of like Sea of Thieves, where you just, you know, you're on the open seas. And I think it's going to give Sea of Thieves and Skull of Bones a run for its money.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's cue up that trailer. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I am very excited. There's only one thing better than a space western, a pirate space western.
No. Well.
It looks
No.
a little bit clunky to me.
Well,
It
it's
does.
Unreal Engine. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's unreal how they get it to look so good, though.
Mm.
No, I'm trying to remember. I remember seeing some tech, and this was years ago, where they were using, like little balls to simulate water. Like it was like you think of like a container full of these balls that when you slosh the container around, the balls move, and they kind of like cover that with some sort of like water mask, I guess you could say. And that was like this new water technology that they were trying to use. And I wonder if that's the same thing I was saying, but anyway.
Ghoulish Courier in the chat says, I'm going to have to take out a mortgage for all these games next year.
Right.
So something I just thought about with Starfield, I guess, from Bethesda. Starfield? Yeah, Starfield.
Yeah.
And now you've got the Outer World.
Ooh. You're
that's
right.
It's going to be the big battle of Xbox funded versus Bethesda funded.
But well, I think that Xbox and Microsoft don't really figure into the Outer Worlds. If the game looks like that and is releasing in 2019, it's probably pretty much already taken care of.
True.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud. Was it 2019? I wasn't sure if I saw a release.
Yeah,
That's a good
2019.
observation.
I just was thinking about that. There's a lot of salt
Yeah.
with that Outer Worlds dish, and I like it. I like it.
So Dragon Age, guys, Dragon Age. The Dragon Age trailer played, I was just like squealing to myself. Just I was so excited. I love the Dragon Age series, you guys. Like I really love the Dragon Age series. And the last game left us on a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm super nervous about the future of this series because BioWare has gone through so many changes. EA has this habit of dragging its studios out behind the building and just shooting them in the head. And I'm really, really afraid that Anthem is not going to do well and they're just going to scrap BioWare. But Dragon Age, it looked great. It looked really great. Well, I can't say that. There was no gameplay, but there was no gameplay at all. We're probably years away from this game, but I'm super excited for it. They teased some of the story beats that they will be looking at, sort of a theme, like an atmospheric piece. And it looked like there was a callback to Dragon Age 2, which was my favorite Dragon Age, and I want this game. I want it now. I want it to be good. I'd rather have it good than now, so take all the time you need, BioWare. Because of course BioWare, they're all listening right now. So take all the time you need. Get this game right, and then give it to me straight into my veins.
You don't need another Andromeda.
I never did go back and finish Andromeda.
It's worth finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need to go
it's
back
worth
to it.
finishing.
PUBG is a game that we all know and love. Last year's Gamestack Game of the Year. Rick, I think you're wearing your PUBG shirt right now as we speak.
Hey, nice shirt.
Indeed. PUBG is getting the snowy map. It's available in the PC test server right now. And something that I think is really cool is that it adds footprints. So
you can track and
Yes.
kill your enemies?
they'll be able to track me directly to the bush that I'm hiding in.
These footprints seem to stop at this small petunia bush. It's not me. And then an arrow comes out and kills the guy.
I just feel like, so in the show notes, Shalene has written PUBG Canada Edition. And it's
Yeah.
just, in my head, I'm thinking they programmed the character to say sorry after every gunshot.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
Sorry.
Instead of throwing apples, you throw plates of poutine.
And close to the end of the show, they announced that the protagonist from Persona 5 will be a fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I don't play either of these series, but the internet exploded and I loved watching people be so excited about something. It was really, really cool. Really
Because
cool.
Persona's popular.
Oh yeah, I've heard only good things. It looks very stylish and cool. I'm interested. I just like time, guys. Time.
I just can't get over they make a dancing game out of the characters.
I would play like a Dragon Age dancing game.
You know what else has ribs?
McDonald's.
The next segment.
All right, let's move on to that next segment, which is Gamestock. Thank you for tolerating my schoolgirlish excitement about the Game Awards announcements. Let's do some Gamestock. Fendertron, why don't you
Yes,
tell
dear.
us about stocks?
Why, of course. So, the last time we reported stocks to you guys was about 3 weeks ago. And as of 3:30 this afternoon, Sony and Microsoft have shown some slight growth, and everybody else has continued to plummet and crash. Sony is up about $1 since last time, trading at 51.86. Microsoft at 109.15, up 75 cents. Nintendo trading at 35.69, down 30 cents. Take-Two down another $8. Last time it had plummeted 14. They're trading at 106.20. Activision selling at 48.15, down nearly $3 more since our last reported. Shalene, any thoughts on Activision?
I think Activision would be a good buy right now. I just have a good feeling about Activision stock. I think now is the time. I am not any kind of knowledgeable person.
Right. We're not, well, you're knowledgeable. We're just not financial analysts or
yeah.
wealth management podcast. So
I just have the good feeling about the Activision stock right now. I think it would be a good time to purchase Activision stock.
Ubisoft down 77 cents, trading at 15.27, and EA 83.88 closed at that amount, down over more than $2. That is your Game Stock segment. Join us again in 2 weeks' time for another update of how terrible the stock market is doing.
Oh dear, it's such a trash fire, the stock market. It's just ugh.
Yeah, well, actually, the Dow Jones in the last 3 days dropped over 1,500 points.
Yikes.
Which is guys, that is recession grade decline.
Wow.
There's a lot of frightened analysts out there. But my best advice to you, and truly, because I've been reading a lot about this crisis because I have a lot invested, stay the course. Don't panic, because when you panic and you sell, that's when everything goes to hell. So yeah,
Did you
in a
mean to
shell.
do a rhyme there?
I
Panic and you sell.
I just
I
might,
could tell.
yeah.
So,
Well,
I think there are some games about which Rick would like to yell.
our listenership just fell.
No.
They've fallen under our spell.
Do tell.
I can't.
We've got to
Anyway,
stop. We've got to stop. What you been playing?
Destiny 2. I wanted to touch back on this a little bit. The content, you're like, this DLC. It's more than just DLC. For those of us who have the annual pass, annual.
The
So there's a lot of, they're doing things by season now. So through December and February, there's free seasonal updates, like your power increase, like your level. You know, you will be able to up the level of your character. from 600 to 650. The Dawning, which is like a celebratory, like kind of, to me, it's kind of like, I guess, like Christmas or something. There's something called Crimson Days, and then the Iron Banner multiplayer competition comes out. So that's December through February, and those are free seasonal updates that include vanity and rank rewards, lore books, and triumph rewards for all Forsaken owners. Forsaken is the last DLC they put out. For people who have the annual pass, the Black Armory weapons and gear comes out, which is a bunch of new weapons that you can forge when you secure the forges, which is waves of enemies coming at you while you defend the forge and boot it up. There's the Black Armory forges themselves, which give you content. There's a new raid, and then there's a new exotic weapon quest, and that's December through February. I've already gotten one of the Black Armory weapons. It's the machine gun. It's amazing. It's super fun, but it's definitely difficult content. In March and May, so this is why I'm kind of like, this isn't just DLC. This is stuff they're putting out throughout the year.
Right.
Through March and May, they call it the Season of the Drifter. New power increase, so your level will go up again. Gambit, which is a multiplayer type. New private matches and new maps, which is awesome. There's a spring event, which is, like a kind of, I don't know what involved in that, but it's an event for the season. There's another exotic quest and another Iron Banner multiplayer PvP thing. And then there's something called Joker's Wild, which is going to be even more weapons and gear you can get, weekly quests, a new Gambit experience, Zur bounties, which Zur is a dude who gives you exotic weapons, and then a second exotic quest. And it continues in June of August, and that one's a little bit more tight-lipped. We don't really know what it's the season of. But, like, this is just constant free stuff they're putting out, like the power increases, the events that are going on globally in the game, all free. And then you have the annual pass stuff. So it's just,
do they have microtransactions like to pay for that, or how are they?
You do. You buy silver, which allows you to get little loot boxes, or you can buy specific things. I think there's a couple things that are specific, but a lot of it's gathered in these little loot boxes that you get. They're random rolls, and they include ornaments like armor that just has different abilities that you have to power up with other armor, but nothing that's like better or worse than anything else. A lot of ornaments for weapons, like for exotic weapons, they'll have like different skins for it, or the little sparrow you ride around, they have different sparrows you can get, or different ships, or your ghost, the way the ghost looks. So all of that's microtransaction based. But after you hit level 50, when you level up, you get these things called bright engrams, which include things from the microtransactions. So you can actually earn those things in game. Yeah. It just takes a little bit longer. Like every week you can get 3 bright engrams pretty quickly. Like you can get XP to get them pretty quickly, but then like once you get the first 3 engrams, it takes a while to get like the 4th and the 5th and stuff, because they're trying to allow you to get stuff like that in the microtransaction store without purchasing silver. But they do want you to do that so they can keep the lights on. But there is so much good content coming out for this game throughout the rest of the year and into the next, up until August. And it's like, when am I going to have time to play anything else? Because there's so much stuff to do in this game, and it is all good stuff. And I've been playing, the Black Armory. I had been working to get my character up to level 600, and then the Black Armory came out and pushed it to 650. And so we, me and my wife and a friend, we've been trying to get up to that point. You know how like in Fallout 76 you have challenges like pick 5 berries or something and eat it, and it gives you a little
some atoms.
Yeah. So this game has that too. They're called triumphs. That's their achievements basically. And there are just a ton. I mean, hundreds of triumphs that you can get. And I play as a hunter. I love the gunslinger solar ability, and one of the melee abilities is it's a throwing knife.
Yes, it's good.
Did you use the exploding one or the precision one?
The precision one. So
one of the triumphs is to get 100 precision kills with that knife. So headshots. I get 100 headshots, and I did it. It took a while, but I finally got 100 of them, and that was like super rewarding. Just like there was one like place that was on a bridge, and all these like enemies came straight at me, and every time you get a precision kill with the precision knife, throwing knife, it automatically gives you another one to use. It fills the cooldown up. So it's like whoosh, precision, whoosh, precision, because they're just rushing at me and they're not moving from side to side. So I got like 20 in a row there, and that was amazing.
That's awesome.
Oh gosh, Destiny is so much fun. So yeah, if you're a Destiny fan right now is probably the best time to get into the game. There's so much stuff coming out. And that's pretty much all I've been playing is Destiny. I think I played a little Mafia 3 the other day. And promptly stopped because it was boring already. Have you finished that one, Shalene?
No, I never finished anything anymore.
It's worth finishing.
I drove my car around a lot. I wrecked a lot of people.
I watch Justified on Amazon Prime, and every time I watch Justified, I'm like, I feel like playing Mafia 3.
That's great.
And I reinstalled Far Cry 5 because apparently there's some post-apocalyptic DLC coming our way for Far Cry 5.
I think it's a full new game. That was one of the Game Awards things.
See, I thought it was a DLC because they were showing like what I thought was parts of the map from 5.
It includes parts of the map from 5. It is like a sequel, but I think it's being released as a standalone game.
I should finish 5 then because that could be interesting. But anyway, yeah. So that's all I've been playing really is just a lot of Destiny. What about you, Vendor?
I haven't had much time for anything, even eating. But I was able to get the promised and much anticipated Holiday Delight mod on the Ark server for our guests. So we are going to have an good old-fashioned Arkmas.
You can have like Santa hats on the dinos.
Oh yeah, the mod is great. You can put Santa hats on the dinos. You can put Christmas lights up and hang stockings. There's a Christmas tree that you can change the colors and decorate. What else do they have? They've got wreaths, snowmen, candy canes, and then Santa hats for your characters and your dinos, top hats, all kinds of
monocles,
amazing, awesome Christmassy things. So I'm hoping to get to my base eventually one of these weekends and do some Christmas decorating. And then of course there's presents, and you can put stuff in the presents and then like gift them to people, and then when they open them, it like, you know, when you open the Fallout lunchbox and there's like confetti, it's the same. It's like
I love that.
Like, yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, that was exciting. Shalene, you and I played the council last Sunday. And oh boy, puzzler, bit of a puzzle.
Wow, that was like the hardest puzzle in the history of video games, man.
Yeah.
We were converting phases of the moon and reading the Bible and trying to not get our hand cut off. It was crazy.
Yeah, so the puzzle was like, read this Bible and convert it to a different era in this other Gutenberg Bible, and then align it with this moon phase using this like armillary. Armillary, is that what it is?
I don't remember, but
yeah,
it was crazy.
And like back calculate to the birth of Christ or something like.
Yeah, I was taking notes. I was taking pictures of the screen with my phone, and yeah.
But you know what? Guys?
We did it.
We got in the first try.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good thing because we've only got 2 hands.
I really want to know if we had not solved that puzzle, would they have cut off Louis' hand? I really want to know.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm going to have to do a Google and see what happens if we get the puzzle wrong.
Yeah.
They cut off Louis' hand.
Well, stay tuned this Sunday for another awesome episode of The Young and the Council.
We get to see what's inside the vault.
Yeah, because it just like the vault door started opening and then boom, end of episode.
It was just an innocent family, and the Enclave just mowed them down with miniguns. It was such a tonal difference from the rest of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry. I derailed this.
Uh,
What else have you been playing, dear?
That's it. That's it. What have you been playing, Shalene?
Okay. Okay. So, I like Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, right? You know, you guys know this about me. I play a lot of Pocket Camp.
Well, I feel like now you have kind of like a love-hate relationship with it.
Well, I think my relationship with Pocket Camp has turned the corner from being, this is a fun thing that I like to do sometimes, into being, this is something I have to do. I have to do. I have to log in. Like, I can't stop. I just...
Because a couple weeks ago you were saying like, guys, I think I'm done with Pocket Camp.
But then they start a new event, and suddenly I'm growing flowers, and today's event is like a kudos event, and you have to give kudos to all of your friends. So I'm just going through giving out kudos, and I can't stop. Like it's become like a little compulsive, and I don't know if I need to like stop. But
hey, if you like
Camp.
playing it,
Pocket
if it makes
Camp.
you happy, right?
It's become homework. It's adorable homework, but it's sort of homework. Playing a lot of Fallout 76 still. If you would like to hear about my Fallout 76 shenanigans, you should tune into That Fallout Show podcast presented by We Just Love Games. I'm still enjoying my time with Fallout 76.
Pip Benasis pocket crack.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good.
I can stop anytime I want.
Yeah.
Lies.
But yeah, I'm still playing Fallout 76. I'm still enjoying it. I'm going through very slowly. I'm really taking my time with the game. I did have a bit of a bad situation in which I may have shot at a vertibird and might have been pursued into a cabin by 3 vertibirds and a cargo bot. It was not nice. I had to log off because
Were you
I
wanted?
was.
Did you?
No, I wasn't wanted. I just aggroed the vertibirds, and I was like level 14 or something. You know, I was not in a position where I could fight vertibirds. But so that was a stupid decision that I made. But yeah, I ended up logging off and logging back on later on. It was the only way out of the situation, really. Because I couldn't, they fly, so I couldn't really get far enough ahead of them to fast travel away. It was bad. It was real bad. I'm still on my quest to catch up on the Assassin's Creed series. You guys will be hearing about this for years to come as I slowly work my way through the Assassin's Creed series. I checked out Assassin's Creed Rebellion, which is the new mobile game. It's sort of a Fallout Shelter knockoff, and it's adorable. It's really cute, little chibi assassins. You go through a bit of a tutorial, and then they ask you to like name your brotherhood. And I wanted to name it something death or something murder. I don't remember what it was. But they will not let you use death or murder in your name in a game that's about murder. I had done already maybe half a dozen murders, tiny murders, by the time that I got to this point to name the Brotherhood. And I thought that was kind of a silly decision. Huh. I did try after that to name it the Brotherhood of Steel, and that was taken. So that was unfortunate. But it's cute. I enjoyed it. It plays much better than the Westworld Fallout Shelter knockoff. I would recommend Assassin's Creed Rebellion. I don't think I'm going to keep playing it, though, because I really only have room in my life for one mobile game at a time, and right now that's Pocket Crack. So, yeah. I finished off the Assassin's Creed 3 Evil George Washington DLC. The final boss fight was really fun. I really, really loved that DLC. It was great. And I moved on to Assassin's Creed Liberation HD. Before you guys start sending me tweets, I know that they're going to be releasing a remaster as part of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but that doesn't come out till spring, and I want to play it right now. So I'm playing the Xbox 360 version, backwards compatible on Xbox One. This game is cool. It stars an assassin named Aveline, who is in Louisiana. It's like New Orleans. And it's really neat. She has different personas based on what she wears. So you go into a dressing room, you change into a slave outfit, and she can blend in with the slaves and the working class people. But she's not as durable as when she's wearing her assassin outfit. If she wears her fancy dress, then she can't free run or climb. She's much weaker in combat, but she can charm guards and she can go places where she couldn't go in her slave guise or her assassin guise. And in her assassin outfit, she is the most durable in combat, the most movable, but she's always going to gather attention wherever she goes. You know, anywhere she goes in that outfit, the guards are going to notice her and want to chase her. So it's really interesting having to balance, you know, make the decision, okay, do I want to try and charm my way through? Do I want to try and climb over the wall? How am I going to proceed here? It's a very good game. I'm very happy with Assassin's Creed Liberation so far. It's really fun. I played it the other day. I needed some comfort food gaming, and I chose Halo 3. I played the first level of Halo 3, and it's like I forgot how much I loved Halo until I was playing it again, and it just felt like home, you know, playing that first level of Halo 3. I also think that I've gotten a little better at games in the past few years, which is cool, because I remember having a lot more trouble, you know, in the past. So I felt like I had increased in skill, like leveled up in IRL. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the notes. The last game that I want to talk about is a game called Deltarune. Deltarune is from Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale. Several years ago, Undertale was a bit of an indie darling. I played Undertale. I really liked Undertale. It was good. It's a game about choice. It's pixel art, top-down kind of RPG. I enjoyed Undertale. It's one of those games that the less you know about it, the better going in. I played it a couple of times. It's a short game. I liked Undertale. Guys, I loved Deltarune. I really, really loved this game. It was so good. I played the whole thing. It was about 3 hours in Shalene time, so that's probably less for you folks out there on the other end of the podcast. And again, it's a top-down RPG. The writing is just, it's perfect. The writing is spot on. It's so good. The combat is turn-based. You guys know I typically don't like turn-based combat, but this is very different. When you choose your attacks, it's pretty standard, but you can also choose actions. You can flirt with your opponent. You can compliment them. You can try and make friends. You can sing them a lullaby. You know, there are a million different actions you can take. And when you are attacked, you have this kind of mini game. It's like a tiny little bullet hell where you have to protect your health. Yes, it's bullet hell for a few seconds.
Nice.
And it was such a great little journey. You can find this on the internet. Just Google Deltarune. It's not on Steam or anything. But I highly recommend it. It's being marketed sort of like it is a survey. And it's got such a different theme than Undertale, but it's absolutely worth your time. I can't recommend Deltarune highly enough. It was a really, really great experience. Really enjoyed that. And I think I have. Okay. I want to spoil something from the beginning of the game. You guys think that's okay?
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
This is from like the first 3 minutes of the game. So you get a character creator, right? And you lovingly, painstakingly build your character in Deltarune. And it asks you these questions about your personality and the personality of your character. And it gives you these really clever answers. And at the end of all that, it says, this is your character, and now it's going to be discarded. You can't choose who you are in this life.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's sort of the theme behind Deltarune, and I
Jeez.
adored it. I adored it.
It's kind of like Metal Gear Solid 5's character creation.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Man,
But
you
yeah.
got a lot of gaming in.
Well, it's been 3 weeks, guys.
It's true. It's true.
So
Cool.
God, what am I doing with my life?
School?
It's like I played 20 seconds of Ark and then anyways. Well, what's
Yeah.
next on the docket, guys?
Well,
okay, we've got the best-selling game of every year since 1995. I thought this would be really fun to roll through these and see what they were, and what our own. Did we play them? Were we one of the people who bought them?
All right.
1995, the top-selling game was Mortal Kombat 3.
oh my.
Yeah, I loved the Mortal Kombat series when I was a kid.
I didn't play them.
Yeah, really?
I never did. No.
Nope. I was more of a Soul Calibur
Yeah.
kind of person.
I remember my mother being just horrified because, like, I was a really cute kid, I was in the fluffy pink dresses and, like, I was a cute kid. And here I was like, look, Mom, I can rip their spine out.
Fatality.
In 1996, it was Super Mario 64.
Played it.
Oh yeah, love that game.
Have it. It's downstairs right now.
Yeah.
So good.
I need to dig out my copy. I still have my 64. I bet it still works.
You just got to blow on it.
Mario Kart 64.
Played it.
Oh, played probably 4,000 hours into that game.
You know how expensive that game is now?
Oh, it's so good.
In
It's crazy.
1998, it was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Played it.
Very good. Very good.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
Okanara of Time.
The Ocarina of Time. That game is such a classic. Such a classic. I love that it's the N64 is really showing its dominance through that era.
Because it was a great console.
It was a fantastic console.
Awesome console. Better than PlayStation, if you ask me.
Yep, I agree.
Thank you.
I didn't have a PlayStation. My first PlayStation was the PlayStation 3. In 1999, Donkey Kong 64, which was my favorite game. I loved it so much.
Didn't like Donkey Kong.
You know what? It's not a popular game, Donkey Kong 64, but I
I
adore
thought
it.
you were going to say, you know what, Rick? Nobody cares.
I had the Jungle Green Donkey Kong Nintendo 64. It's
Of course you did.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I have to dig it out and show you guys.
Rick's
So good.
Googling it.
Well, I want to see if how much it is right now.
This
Pokemons.
game, it was like,
Holy crap! It's $700 on eBay.
holy smokes!
Shalene, we're rich.
Wow,
Oh, that's new.
We can finally go
we're
to
getting a new
Turkmenistan.
podcast studio.
Sorry, that's new. That's new.
Yeah, mine is definitely not new.
It's
Used
like
for $60.
it's like new.
This
Holy
was the
crap.
first game that really gave me that collectathon itch, because you had
Donkey
to collect
Kong?
all these different colors of bananas and coins, and it was great.
And I'm a banana.
My spoon is too big.
In the year 2000, it was Pokemon Stadium for the Nintendo
Loved it.
64.
That game was awesome.
I didn't play
I loved Lance. Oh, I loved Lance. He was my favorite.
it.
I forgot all about him.
In 2001, Madden NFL 2002 for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, PC, Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Advance.
You know what this means? That 2001 was not a good year for gaming.
Yeah. Enter 2002.
2002, Grand Theft Auto Vice City on the
Oh,
PlayStation 2.
yeah.
Memories, man.
There we go. I know all of the radio songs.
Oh,
I still
gosh.
listen to them.
So good.
It's so good. The soundtrack to Grand Theft Auto Vice City was so good.
It's just so good. Did you guys have the mansion? Did you live in the mansion?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, the
Stealing
mansion.
the Apache helicopter.
Hmm. I had a limo. And it was too big to fit in the garage for the mansion. So the door would just shut and then the front of the limo would stick out of the
Did you ever find the Easter egg? There's a
what?
helipad that you could jump off of into the next building. Like it's like a building you can't get into, but you could jump
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
window.
yeah.
And it was literally an Easter egg that said Happy Easter.
Have you ever tried firing your rifle at the moon?
Yes. It gets bigger and smaller.
It makes it bigger.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Anyways,
Such a good game.
yeah.
In 2003, it was Madden NFL
Another
2004
boring year.
for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, PC, and Game Boy Advance. I think Madden is doing so well because it's available on everything. In 2004, it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PlayStation 2.
Mhm.
It was awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I remember being in high school and that came out. It was like,
Which
I
did
feel
you
like a lot
better?
of the systems of like personal grooming and hygiene, et cetera, in Red Dead 2 have their genesis in San Andreas.
Mhm. Oh yeah. I still prefer Vice City though.
I think I have San Andreas for PS3.
I played a bunch of San Andreas on Xbox 360.
I had to
Yeah.
sneak this from my mother, and then she found it one day and threw it away.
Oh.
I could tell you stories what my mother did to my stuff.
That's terrible, Rick. Terrible.
I got it again anyway.
In 2005, it was Madden
Oh my
NFL
God.
06
Another
for
boring year.
PlayStation 2, Xbox, Xbox 360, GameCube, PC, Windows Mobile, PlayStation Portable, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and mobile phone.
Wow, the 2000s. What is wrong with you people? That would explain why I played like 7 years of Grand Theft Auto.
During this year, 2005, I was still playing Donkey Kong 64. I kid you not. I was at college with my Nintendo 64. Everyone else had like their Xbox 360 and their PS3, and there I was with my Nintendo 64. In 2006, it was Madden NFL 07 on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, Xbox 360, GameCube, Nintendo Wii, PC, PlayStation Portable, Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo DS.
That was my graduating year too.
Yeah.
That was a bad graduating year.
And
2007, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock.
I may
PlayStation.
oh my god, somebody please talk.
Reboot the
Shalane, do you think?
podcast. PlayStation 2, 3, Xbox, Xbox 360, Wii, Microsoft Windows, and Mac OS X.
I may or may not have stood at the midnight in line for the midnight release of this.
Oh, yeah?
I remember you saying you were quite devoted.
I beat Dragon Force on Expert.
Weren't you in like competitions and stuff?
I was in one competition. I came in third.
Wow.
And that was before I got really into the game.
One of the guys in the dorms got a copy of Guitar Hero and immediately became the most popular guy in the dorms.
I remember playing San Andreas, and my buddy was like, dude, we gotta play Guitar Hero. I'm like, I don't want to play that baby game. It's stupid. And then we started playing it, and I was like, I don't want to play anything else.
You're like, please help me. I can't stop.
When my wife and I started dating in 2006, when we started playing Guitar Hero together, I would hog the guitar controller like a jerk, So she got so good using the actual PlayStation controller that she beat me on everything.
Wow.
That's awesome.
She got so good using the controller, it was not even funny.
Boy, she sure showed you.
She did. I was a jerk.
Okay.
In 2008, Rock Band on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii, and PlayStation 2.
Blech.
You know, it's funny because it's like they're like, you know, hey, Guitar Hero's so great, we could make that much money too. And then
They did.
Was it as successful as?
It wasn't as successful, I don't think.
Yeah.
I remember going to a friend's house and he had it, and I tried the hardest song on the hardest difficulty and beat it with ease, and I was like, done. This is boring.
It's more casual, maybe.
It was definitely geared more towards like a party.
Yeah, but it had like drums and stuff, and that's cool.
Yeah.
In 2009, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for the 360, PS3, and PC. I really liked this game.
Great game.
Really liked it.
Except the screenshot they pick is the mission No Russian.
I know. Why did they pick No Russian?
The most like what's the word I'm looking for? Controversial missions in the history of gaming, and they're like, yeah, let's just throw that up as a screen cap.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was on purpose.
Probably.
I
What did
believe
you
we're
think of that
gonna.
mission?
What did I think of it? I thought it was horrible. I did not enjoy it.
You know what's funny, and I never realized this? You can go through the entire mission without shooting anyone.
Yes, I did that. I actually shot over the people's heads so that I could act like I was still participating.
You know what's sad is I never realized that.
So you're just
And-
like mowing down these civilians, just like tears streaming down your face. Just...
And I was like, and once I heard that, I was like, what monster am I? Where I was like, I guess I have no choice. Bop, 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 bop. And then someone's like, you know, you didn't have to shoot them, right? I was like,
Oh, I love that. That's the rickest thing I've heard today.
horrible.
In 2010, it was Call of Duty Black Ops on 360, PS3, Wii, PC, DS, and Mac OS. I liked Black Ops. I thought it was a great game.
The campaign was good in this one.
I really I'm a campaign player. I'm so bad at Call of Duty multiplayer, like disastrously bad. In 2011, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for PS3, 360, Wii, PC, and Mac OS.
This was actually a good one too. I mean, it wasn't as good as the other ones, and the sound design was awful, but it wasn't too bad.
Was this the one where they killed Soap?
Yeah, I think yes.
Spoilers for a game from 2011.
But what bugged me
I
was
loved Soap. I
Oh, it was
loved
great.
Soap. I did not want him
But-
to die.
the point with this game is like I don't know what they were thinking with the sound design. The first two games are great. You know, you'd fire a gun like a you know, a 223 or something, and be like, bah, 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 sound, it would crack like a gun. But like every single machine gun in this entire game sounded like a cannon. So like I remember like starting up the game, I get the M4 and it's like boom, 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 and I'm like, did I just get a 50 caliber or something? Because like the sound design was so bad I couldn't play it.
2012, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for PS3, 360, Wii U, and PC.
Wow.
For
Call of
me,
Duty
this was
dominating.
kind of the end of the Call of Duties that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it got to be too much. Like when Halo added all the gadgetry to the PvP.
Yeah.
That's what Call of Duty did here. They're like, you can have all the things.
In 2013, it was Grand Theft Auto 5 for the 360 and the PS3.
Never
That
played
was so good.
I've played it
Never
so
played that
much.
It's the best. It's the best GTA.
You know what? Maybe I'll play it as soon as the podcast is over.
It's so good, man. Oh, Trevor is just. He is the best video game character.
it. It's your man crush.
Yeah. Wow. You gotta play the game first.
Yeah.
I know about him. I know about him.
Yeah, GTA 5 is very good. It holds
That
up.
game came out
You know-
in 2013 is still
you know-
relevant today.
You know what I would do sometimes? I would get home and I would what is that? I would get home and I would put on the country GTA radio station and I would drive on the highway. Just do the ring road.
Oh, I
Just
love
turned
that.
into
That is so
trucking
great.
simulator.
Yeah,
So
pretty
great.
much. Anyways,
In 2014, it was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, 360, and PS3. That was the one with Kevin Spacey in it.
Never played it.
Yeah, me either. 2015, it was Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
My gosh.
PS4, Xbox One, PC, 360, and PS3. And in 2016,
oh, okay. This has got to be rigged.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. That was the one, I think, with Jon Snow in it as the villain. And in 2017, Call of Duty World War II for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
And it's terrible.
Is it?
Yes. If you look at the graphics, it's so chintzy.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
man.
terrible.
At least they still have the audacity to call Nazis Nazis.
Yeah, there's
Looking
that.
at you, Battlefield 5.
Mm-hmm. I remember back in the day, all the video games, you know, the enemies were either zombies or Nazis, because those were the two things that we could feel safe about murdering.
You know, I get why. So Battlefield 5 has a campaign mission where you play on the German side. Like you play as German soldiers in World War II, and they like were talking about how not every single German shared those ideals. And so from like a perspective, like from that, like I kind of get, you know, why they were kind of shying away from like using swastikas and stuff. But like it's a historical thing. Like it's not.
Pip Benet in the chat says Madden was robbed. I love that. So what do you guys think is going to be the top selling game for this year?
If it's Call of Duty, I'm gonna
Fallout
eat
76.
It's almost certainly going to be Red Dead, right?
I don't know, because it's only one console.
No, Red Dead's on both consoles. On both
Is it on
consoles, like the
Xbox?
Switch doesn't exist. Yeah, I've been playing it on Xbox.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
Red
weird.
Dead.
Is it weird that Fallout was never on that list?
No.
No, Fallout was always more of a niche thing. It didn't get mainstream until 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
anyways.
speaking of
Interesting.
well, speaking of nothing at all, apropos of nothing,
Speaking
we have
of
a
ribs,
listener email from Clint Vendertron. Do you want to read Clint's email?
oh, of course.
Is this Eastwood?
Actually, I can't
Yes.
because I can hear my voice is coming back.
Rick, do you want to read this email from Clint?
Yeah. Mr. Eastwood writes, "Hello guys. First off, want to say that I'm really enjoying Gamestack. The three of you have a great chemistry together and love listening to your antics. I had originally started off listening to another Fallout podcast last month, as that is when I found the podcast. I'm about a third of the way through that, and have listened through the Gamestack episode of your chicken dinner when Shalene got her first win. Part of the reason I am writing this is that I came across the survey on YouTube, and the question was, which Fallout 4 faction did you ultimately prefer? So far, both the Railroad and the Institute are tied at 14%, with the Minutemen sitting at 24% and the Brotherhood of Steel taking the cake at 49%. You idealistic meatheads, you. Thought that you would enjoy that little bit of information. I look forward to listening to more of both podcasts as I get to listen to them while I'm at work. My coworkers look at me funny every time I laugh at something either the three of you say, as they cannot hear what's being said, of course. Keep up the great work. Keep the funnies coming, and thank you for taking the time to read this and for the information you send our way and for the comedic way you go about doing it. Have a great day. Mr. Clint Eastwood." You know, it's not the first time people have said that they burst out laughing like when no one else can hear what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I'm glad we make people look crazy.
That's all that I want to know is that we make you laugh while you're standing in the coffee line and you look like a crazy person.
Yeah, I feel really great that we can keep you company, you know, during work. I've, you know, been on the receiving end of that for podcasts for many years, and it's really cool that we can do that for you as well.
Can I just say that I'm really upset about this statistic?
Yeah, that 49% of the people are Brotherhood
Are-
of Steel.
freaking haters, man.
They're
Like idealistic. What's the word I'm looking for?
racists against the synths.
Oh no, it's I can't think of the word. But I would think the railroad would be.
I don't like the railroad. I think the railroad are like, like the PETA activists that go too far.
So
It's
this
Minutemen
mission
all
would
the
you to stay
way.
naked in front of good neighbor.
Minutemen all the way.
I think I like the Minutemen, but I did
Yeah.
side in one of my playthroughs. I did side with the Institute, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst decision
I-
I ever made.
I felt very omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
I
What?
can see you falling in with the Institute, Vendor. I can see it happening.
Don't judge me. You don't know my life.
But
So
yeah,
that's
I
it,
just-
yeah.
But it's true because because they specifically say the Fallout 4 faction. So that is the bad version of the Brotherhood of Steel, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know what Kerfuffle would say.
Right,
Dear
the Enclave.
America.
Enclave all the way.
I loved blowing the Pridwin out of the sky and then murdering the guy with the nice coat. I can't even remember his name.
Maxon.
Elder Maxon.
I love the Pridwin, and I love the idea of the Brotherhood of Steel so much that it hurt to bring them down. Did not enjoy. 0 out of 10 would not do again.
Yeah.
The Fallout 3 BOS faction was great.
Yeah.
Protectors of the land. They were like the Minutemen of the Capital Wasteland.
They were like knights errant. It was glorious.
Yeah.
So, you know what else was glorious? This podcast, and
Yes, it
it's
was.
over now.
Go home. Bye. See you later.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you all for joining us for this podcast today. We had a great time. Loved hanging out with you. Guys, do you have anything to plug before we leave?
Well, on Sunday, Shalene and I are going to be doing another glorious episode of The Young and the Council. So join us for episode 4, where we see what is behind the mysterious wall that may or may not have or could have cut our hand off. So check that out. That'll be at probably what, Shalene, 1 p.m.?
Yeah, that's fine. 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on this very same Twitch channel.
Mhm.
Also on this Twitch channel, next Friday, you can find an episode of That Fallout Show, where we'll talk all about the latest in Bethesda scandal. It's just going to turn into a gossip rag of Bethesda scandals.
Yeah.
If you would like us to read your email like we read Clint Eastwood's email today, you can email us at info@wejustlovegames.com. info@wejustlovegames.com. We're on Twitter, We Just Love Games. I'm Shalene L. Rick is Rick McVick, and Vendertron is Vendertron N. We're pretty good about responding on Twitter, so you can definitely reach us there. We're probably the most active, though, on our Discord server. You can find a link to that on our Twitch page, and also just shoot us a message. We'll get you a link to the Discord. Facebook, facebook.com/WeJustLoveGames, and we have a group at facebook.com/groups/WeJustLoveGames. We record this show live every other week at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/WeJustLoveGames. We are on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Alexa, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all those places. Give us a like, subscribe, review. It helps us out a ton. We love you. Thanks for listening. Vendertron, do you have a last word?
At that level, every goal is like a knife in the ribs.